college, transferred to Virginia Tech, dropped out after a year and a half, and started working. And I have a couple of people in my life that really inspired me, other than my mother and father. When I was in high school, I had a teacher, Mr. Kubanov. He was from Russia. And he was there teaching electronics in high school. Now, while I was in high school, I never took a study hall. I always took an extra elective instead of a study hall. And that was one of the classes that I took. He was quite interesting fellow, so much so that he had a whole bunch of us boys in the classroom, and he was able to convince us that it was more important to study than to play. And his famous saying was, in his broken Russian, he would pick up a 7-pound anvil and balance it on his table and go, read 7 times in 7 books, then you'll understand. Well, that's how I learned things, by reading. And that's how you learn things, by reading. But there was another part of that that he was really good at. And that other part was that he actually would take you under his wing and show you things as well. And that's where I learned mentorship. And that's where I learned the importance of mentorship. Another thing he taught me that I thought was pretty interesting, after I got to know him fairly well, he actually had come over to the United States from Russia. He actually came over after World War II, and as a young adult had transversed the killing fields, they used to call them, from the war between Russia and Germany during World War II. And he had to walk across these fields after a battle had taken place, and he was actually living off of some food and some money that he was able to scavenge from some of these young men that had died during the war. And he was able to get to Europe and then actually come to the United States to live. He had an engineering degree from Russia. He could have done anything that he wanted to do. This man was wonderful. He had worked jobs while in the United States, but he decided he wanted to teach. He didn't have to teach. He could have done a lot of other things and made a lot more money than teaching. And I think that's what I want to talk about, and that's what means so much to me. He didn't have to be there. You don't have to be here. You choose to be here. I don't have to be here. I have 2 businesses I could be running and making money. But I want to be here. I choose to be here. You choose to be here. No one's holding a gun to your head and saying, you have to be here doing this robotic stuff, okay? But we're here for a reason. We're here because, number one, we like one another, or else we wouldn't be here. And number 2, we're learning stuff, which is important. But we're also experiencing things in our lives that will contribute to the rest of your life as a young person. As older people here that are doing this, we're learning things from you. And that's kind of what makes this important. I don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. Your coaches don't have to be here. Your other mentors don't have to be here. There's no amount of money in the world that makes it comfortable to come in here and do this. There is nothing that you could do to force somebody to come into this type of situation and contribute their time, their money, their energies to do this program. And I think that's what I want to talk about. We can talk about your experiences in engineering. I can teach you things about running a business. I can teach you things about engineering. To give you some examples, I'm going to show you something here. This is a nice carrying case. Some of you might know what this is. Most of you have never seen one of these. When I was in college, you could tell what the person was doing by the fact they had one of these strapped to their sides. And yes, it is a lightsaber. It also could be a wand, but in all actuality, it's a slide rule. This was our calculator of the time. This slide rule cost $200 back then. Okay, this was a scientific slide rule. It could go down to .0000. Okay, where your calculators go 6 or 7 places. I probably could figure out how to use it again. I wouldn't want to. Absolutely no fun. Matter of fact, it was so sensitive, this little bracket right here was off a little bit. You could get a bad grade on your test just from that little device being a little bit off. So things come a long way in life, and you know, you learn a lot, and you don't have to be where you are. You don't have to be doing what you're doing. But what I want to talk to you about and what I want to tell you is that it's so important that you take advantage of the people that are here helping you. Take advantage of the mentors that are here. Take advantage of the teachers that are taking their free time and coming here to help with this project. It's not about the robot, it's about the whole process of getting to where we're going to go. We don't know where we're going to end up in competition. We know we have a good robot. We know we have a good group of students this year, probably some of the best students I have ever seen. Every single one of you should be proud of yourselves. Every single one of you have done a really good job this year. We're going to make it to some competitions. We might lose, we might win, it doesn't matter. We're going to be there together having a good time. Some of the things that I do in my job, one of my jobs, I sell medical equipment and I service and repair medical equipment. Some of the things I have to work on are highly technical. At one time I was one of 6 people in the world that did what I did. I work on lasers. We use lasers, and I'm showing you, and I'm trying not to get it in your eye. What we do with the lasers, we actually shine them through a crystal, and we inject cells, blood cells, through that crystal, and we can actually count the blood cells. Not only do we count the blood cells, we actually take them and size them. I can tell you of the morphology of the blood cells for the white blood cell count. If you know anything about population, you have lymphocytes, monocytes, granulocytes, basophils, all those constituents in the blood, we count them with a laser. That's what I do for one of my businesses. The other business is GearMax, which I showed you a little bit of one of the videos that we do. That's a retail business. It has nothing to do with science and technology. Nothing to do with my degree that I got out of school with. Has everything to do with energy. Has everything to do with going to people that maybe you wouldn't think you'd ever meet in your life and learning from them. It's called mentorship. So this mentorship process that you're involved with right now will continue throughout your life. And it's important to grasp it when it's made available to you. Don't take advantage of those people. Use those people. You know, just ask them questions. Because mentors will be the people in your life that will make it happen for you. You don't have to go on into engineering. You can go on into accounting. You can go into bookkeeping. You can go, which is part of accounting. You can go into car washing. But whatever you do, there will be somebody there that knows how to do it better than you. Ask them how. You see out here right now at PCS, we have engineers out there at PCS. What are they doing today? They're dropping engines into cars. And now who would think that someone who had a degree in mechanical engineering would come and work at a company that makes transmission controls, electronic transmission controls, would also be the people that drop big engines into little cars and then use their sophisticated control systems to tune them up and run them. That's where you can go with this stuff. You're not going to be isolated in this world to just doing engineering. You have the availability, and once you figure out how to do it, to ask questions, to go anywhere you want to go. And I think that's what I want to get across. We are here as mentors not to aggravate or to agitate or cause you trouble. We're here to hold out our hand and say, listen, we've got some knowledge that you don't have. You don't have any way else of getting it. You can't get it out of a book sometimes because most books are going to be pretty boring. But you can get it from your mentors. So ask them a question. Ask them to help you. And then show appreciation by thanking them when they do help you. And let's keep one thing in mind. We're going to have a great time at our competitions. And that's about all I got to say about engineering. I could talk for about an hour about very specific stuff that have no bearing, no importance. I can talk to you about building. I can talk to you about constructing. I can talk to you about how to negotiate with the different personalities on a team, the psychological personalities. But I also want to tell you that you have to appreciate your mentors. You have to appreciate the people that are here giving up their free time to help you guys be successful. Understand that you don't have the knowledge right now to get yourself through life. This is where you learn to do that. You'll learn public speaking. You'll learn anything you want to learn in this particular process. That's what I like about this process. If that robot right there is a tool, it is one of the best tools I've ever seen to bringing people together to do multiple tasks to get a job done. And that's what it is. It's a tool. You can learn business. You can learn social stuff, social skills, public speaking. You can learn how to build a robot, turn a screwdriver, use a drill press, run a CNC mill. For those of you who have started doing that this year, we'll have a lathe next year and another vendor to work with. You get to meet engineers that are out there in the world that have gotten jobs in engineering. You've got students coming back that are in the process of learning engineering skills, coming back to teach you. These are the things that this offers you. Take advantage of it and have a good time with it. You know, it's going to be stressful. Next week, it's going to be really, really, really stressful. But it's going to be a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. And that's what it's all about, is coming in, getting stressed out, learning new skills, and having fun with it. So come see me, come talk to me. If you're interested in business, I can tell you about business. Appreciate the instructors that have given their free time from their schooling to come to instruct and to help out, and especially those that have come back multiple times, and those families that participate especially in this process, because they give up a whole lot to be here with you guys. A whole lot. And if you've got any questions, I'll answer questions for you. Enjoy. That's all I got to say. Enjoy the process.
Thank you.
I would gladly rent this out for a nominal fee.